Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Mrs. Paramita Kusumawardani, MPD, as I lecturer of Advanced English course, and my respected friends. Let me introduce myself. My name is Revina Putri with name 632411171 from class 63 to A25 Accounting Study Program at Bina Sarana Informatika University, Cengkareng branch. Today, I want to talk about a very important theme for all of us, namely changing bad habits. Bad habits are things that we often face in our daily life. We may not realize it, but this habit can significantly affect our quality of life. First of all, let's identify some common bad habits. For example, the habit of procrastinating, lack of physical activity, or even the habit of smoking. This habit not only affect our physical health, but also our mental health and productivity. Then, why should we change these bad habits? The answer is simple. There is our full potential in life. When we successfully change bad habits, we open the door to good habits that will lead us to success and happiness. How do we change bad habits? First, we need to realize and accept that we have these habits. Experience is the first step toward change. After that, we can start by setting clear goals. For example, if we want to quit smoking, we can set a quit date and seek support from friends or family. Next, it is important to replace bad habits with good ones. If we are used to procrastinating, we can start by making a daily to-do list and setting priorities. In this way, we not only eliminate bad habits, but also build positive habits that will support us in achieving our goals. Finally, remember that change does not happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and consistency. Don't hesitate to ask for support from those closest to us. Together, we can motivate each other and remind each other to stay on the right track. Let's all commit to changing our bad habits for ourselves and the people around us. By changing bad habits, we not only improve our quality of life, but also set a good example for future generations. That's all for me. Thank you for your attention in watching my speech themed changing bad habits. Hopefully, we can all become better people by changing our bad habits. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Mrs. Paramita Kusumawardani, MPD, as a lecturer of Advanced English course, and my respected friends. Let me introduce myself. My name is Revina Putri with name 632411171 from class 63 to A25. Accounting Study Program at Bina Sarana Informatika University, Cengkareng branch. I'm here to fulfill my advanced English assignment, which is to present or explain the already read material by taking the topic of discussion, namely indirect question. Okay, I will go straight to the point of the discuss. Thank you. What is an indirect question? A form of statement that express question that older people have said directly by changing the format of the conversation so that it becomes clearer, more natural, and efficient for the listener. It is an indirect question that is often used in formal situation and is more polite than a direct question. Next, when you can use this indirect question when you want to talk to someone you don't know. Like when asking people on the street, talking to strange, asking elder because it is more polite being in a formal setting. Indirect question or make it by adding the verb is after the subject. It is usually the case when making a positive sentence, the is over there. This is different from direct question sentence which places the verb is before the next. Types indirect question. There are two types of indirect question, namely the first one, yes or no question with the formula introductory clause plus if or whether plus subject plus verb. The second, we question the formula introductory clause plus question word plus subject plus verb. Next. Yes or no question. The follow are frequency used pairs in yes or no question. Like, will you tell me? Do you know? I was wondering. I would like to know. Do you have any idea? Will be possible. Is there any change? In my question, change the question sentence into a statement sentence by determining what type of tense is used in the question sentence. The sentence usually begins with the words do, does, did, is, am, are, was, were, has, have, and modals like will, can, may. Next. Yes or no question. Example, direct question. Yani asked to me, are you okay? To indirect question, Yani told me whether I was okay or not. Example 2, did you see my wallet? Asked Gray. Gray wanted to know if I didn't see his wallet. Verb tense in indirect question are adjusted to the direct question version. Next, why question. Here you can also make indirect question by using why question that add a positive sentence. You also don't need to use your inversion and change the unicatory tense of exciting verbs. In information question, the connected words are asking, inquired, wondering, and wanted to know. Next, why question. Example, direct question, what is your name? He asked me. Indirect question, he asked me what my name was. Second example, direct question, the postman said to the boy, where do you live? Indirect question, the postman asked to the boy where he lives. Just like yes, no question, you also have to change the form of the question into a statement so that you can know what types of tense is used in the question sentence. Quiz words include what, where, when, who, why, and how. Conclusion. Overall, indirect question allows to ask something in a more subtle and non-passive way, and help maintain formality or politeness in communication. This technique is especially useful in a situation where asking questions directly might be considered inappropriate or too aggressive. That is all for me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I apologize if there are my error in pronunciation, wording, or words. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.